Well, it's another R-rated raunchy comedy summer. Let's talk about it. What's going on, everyone? Welcome to Movie Emporium's movie review of No Hard Feelings, the newest film from director Gene Stupintsky. Okay, so No Hard Feelings is the newest summer R-rated raunchy comedy to release in theaters. It, of course, is a film that stars Jennifer Lawrence as a woman down on her luck, basically having to keep her home afloat. It was given to her by her mother, and because her car was taken because she couldn't afford to pay it, she is now struggling to do everything until she sees an ad in the paper, basically offering her the chance to gain a car to up her antes to be able to afford things and pay bills. Only stipulation is she has to date the son of a wealthy couple who are played by Laura Mendoza and, of course, Matthew Broderick. This kid, who's played by Barth Feldman, is an introvert. He's very closeted to himself. He's not really outgoing. And she, with her wisdom, or ultimate wisdom, is tasked to bring him out of his shell before he attends Princeton. This being an R-rated raunchy comedy, there is a lot of sexual innuendo involved. There is a lot of her doing crazy things to get him out of his shell. And it leads down a very romantic comedy path that is very much in this R-rated material. So she tries to get him out of his shell. He starts to get out of his shell, and you kind of know where it leads from there. She also has a couple friends who kind of are there as support staff in a lot of respects. So it becomes about two people from different ends of the spectrum who have to find a way to relate to each other. But she, of course, has ulterior motives. And so, with that said, R-rated raunchy comedies are nothing new. They've been around forever, at least since the 70s, maybe earlier than that. It's something that very much fits into the realm of like two people or a group of people doing R-rated stuff, whether it be sexual innuendo content or vulgarness or violence or whatever involves a romantic / R-rated raunchy comedy. I think like Good Boys, Bad Teacher recently, which Gene Stupintsky was, of course, involved with. And you got yourself making a film that you would expect to be very, very funny. Now, with that said, Jennifer Lawrence is an actress who's she's able to kind of envelop different genres of films. She is one of those actresses who's very good at what she does. And I expected this to be kind of a way for her to break out of the mold of doing dramas and action-oriented films, because she hasn't done a lot of comedies in her career, which is kind of weird to think about, to be fairly honest, but she's an actress that could probably do it if put to the metal and put to the push of the gas pedal and stuff like that. And then you bring this young person named Barth Feldman into the mix, and him being kind of the outlier of this group of individuals. These are people that have been in films for quite a while. He's a young actor. I was expecting it to be at least funny, but the trailer once again just shows you this might be heading to the same territory you've seen before. I mean, I didn't know. I didn't go into any stipulation or any expectations with this type of film. I just wanted to be entertained and wanted to laugh. That's my honest opinion of where I wanted to see this movie, kind of being during the summer and stuff like that. So with that said, for my honest review of this movie, how I honestly think, it's really not as funny as I was hoping for. It doesn't make it a bad film, but it definitely fails on the market of being an R-rated raunchy comedy. It does have things that go far when it comes to the innuendo and stuff like that. Jennifer Lawrence is definitely doing things that are very shocking in this movie, to be fairly honest. I was not expecting her to do. But it's a movie that is been there, done that before. I think Bad Teacher does it with a little more pizzazz and a little more style. I just think in the end, I don't think this movie is really that entertaining. I mean, it's entertaining. I should say it's entertaining. I just kind of just sit there and watch it for an hour, 45 minutes. But the plot and how these two individuals come together, it happens so quickly. The chemistry's fine for what it's worth. But it's a very atypical, very stereotypical film that doesn't really move the needle or invent the wheel at all. And sometimes that's fine. Sometimes that's all you need. But I guess I was expecting more out of this movie. I was expecting to go a little harder when it came to the R-rated raunchiness. I mean, this is a film with a double entendre when it comes to the title, which is No Hard Feelings. So, and you have a director who did, like I said, wrote Bad Teachers. And I wasn't a big fan of Good Boys, but I know that appeal. But I was expecting something like Superbad or something of that nature, because this is a writer who was a co-writer with Lee Eisenberg, who, of course, worked on The Office, to really kind of have those in-jokes and be really smart with what it's doing. But it just follows into the same tropes again. You might like that. You might enjoy that. But I feel like I've seen this movie a billion times before. I feel like it goes places I've seen a billion times before. And sometimes that's just not enough, to be fairly honest. I think Jennifer Lawrence is fine. I don't think she's as funny as I think she wants to be. Maybe this is just not her strong suit. I don't know, but it feels like they're trying too hard to be funny instead of actually letting it be natural, which it's very difficult to do. But this is a group that has the potential, or not the potential, has the pedigree for doing that. And I just don't think it works here. I think the characters that Laura Benanti and Matthew Broderick play are really weird, really strange, and just the idea of this situation is just like a little gross and grody, to be fairly honest. I really wasn't on board with that either. And I mean, that was unfortunately part of the plot, that you see in the trailer, but it's just like she's gonna work this hard for like a really old Buick to support herself, and I guess we will do things that we are not entirely wanting to, and then like it plays into old jokes. I mean, Jennifer Lawrence is not that old, and it plays like she's 95 years old or 105, and she's not. And it's just like, I think those jokes get a little worn out in this movie. And I think the way this movie starts out, or not starts out, but how she meets, like I said, Andrew's character, it's cringeworthy, to be fairly honest. But I think in the end, I think it was still an entertaining film. I didn't like come out like insulted by it. I feel like I expected more. I feel like I could have done more, and I feel like it just didn't, to be fairly honest. I thought it was just trying too very, very hard to do anything of note, and it's unfortunate because this is a movie that could be successful, and maybe I'm the outlier on it, but I just didn't feel like it was worth watching. So that's just how I feel. I think it's a little bit of a disappointment when it comes to a film, and I expected a lot more. So a lot of people were not laughing in the movie. Some people were, but a lot of people just kind of stood there kind of in silence. So that's just how I feel. I feel like it was a little bit of a waste of my time, to be fairly honest. So anyways, with that said, that is going to do it. That's going to be my take for this film, No Hard Feelings. It is the newest R-rated raunchy comedy from Gene Stupintsky. So take that for what it's worth. So anyways, with that said, thank you so much for watching. Comments below. What is your favorite R-rated raunchy comedy? Do you like stuff like Bad Teacher or Good Boys, or Super Bad, or even American Pie? Let me know in the comments. But otherwise, if you like what you see on the channel, hit the subscribe button to join Movie Emporium. Hit that notification bell, top the fun's coming next. If you like this video, awesome, hit that like button, and as always, we'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.